Hey there everybody, it's ShadwSonic, here to bring you part 10, the final part of my Spyro the Dragon walkthrough. In the last episode, we dealt with Nork Cove, Twilight Harbor, and took down Nasty Nork, thereby 100%ing the game. But that opened up Nasty's loot. In this part, we'll start off by doing that, and once I've finished, I'll show off a few codes that I know about for this game, since I don't expect this level to take that long, but I couldn't fit it in the previous episode. Alright, this place. It has an interesting gimmick. Basically, it has free flight, but you're only allowed to fly up to the highest point you've been, which means that your main concern is going to be jumping up higher. And there is a ton of treasure here. I mean, really, this is what I was mentioning every time I mentioned a boatload of treasure, or some variation of that. How much is there here? Well, we'll see in a moment. Anyway, we'll want to start out by heading over here and chasing this blue thief with a key, because we're going to need that key to climb higher. Because, you know, can't fly to high places without climbing to high places because of how this weird world works. So, let's... this is a tough thief to chase, actually. Cheating the system. Okay, so now I have a key. Just gonna break some of these other chests here. And let's see, over here there's some more chests. And you notice how we're already up to 350 gems. That's more than some levels. Alright, so now we get in here and are able to climb up more, but we see this lock. So how do we get up here? Simple. This added height is enough to get us to a new platform. And that new platform has that guy, who has another key. And now we have 500 treasure, which most levels cap off on, and are still going. So, let us continue our ascent, I suppose, and enter this door. Okay, a plane got released. Now that plane has a thief, and that thief has a key. So obviously we want to track down that thief. And with this platform, we are now high enough to do so. So let's see. I'm gonna jump around. Hey, you, thief, get back here. There we go. Now, to head over here. Firework, obviously, will kill that chest. Why do I keep saying kill? These things were never alive to begin with. And opening this door. Now we get to climb up further, and thus increasing our height, our maximum flying height, enough to reasonably chase this thief. Yeah, despite the lack of a time limit, this place does test your flying prowess quite a bit. So let me just hug some walls here. The idea is to try to go in as straight a line as possible, unless, you know, curves, in which case you want to go as close to the curve as possible. Eventually you're going to get some ground on him. Of of course, eventually can last a while, so... Huh. Okay, so I guess while I'm just randomly chasing this guy, I might as well mention what I've decided to do for the next LP. The only real suggestion I've received up until this point, which was from Meta Knight Kirby 2, was that I probably should do a 2D side-scroller, since out of the 5 LPs I've done so far, most of them have been 3D platformers. Now I'm catching up to this guy. And now I got him. Okay. So what was I saying? Oh yeah. So I've got 2 games that I'm currently thinking of. The first one is one that I don't own and would want to do more, but Zebulon does, and he should be bringing it to me today, so I'd be able to start it tomorrow. And if that doesn't turn out to be the case, I would have to rely on something that I do own, but seems a little more obvious of a choice than I would like, normally. I mean, I'd still be willing to play it, but I figured people would already be expecting me to like those sorts of games, and the whole point of me switching up these series so often to start with is because I want to show you, to give you guys a good idea of what sort of games I'm interested in. You know? It's why I did this game instead of Crash Bandicoot, because when you look at them, Crash Bandicoot and Spyro... not Crash Bandicoot, Spyro. Crash Bandicoot and Sly Cooper are pretty similar. Okay, so in here, there's a whole bunch of these chests with just a freaking crap load of purple gems. So I'm just gonna collect all of them. And we end up with... 2,000 treasure! So the grand total is 1,400 treasure, exactly like that dragon thought it might be before he said 12,000. This is why he said that way back in the intro. As for being confused about 5 worlds or 6, that's because he was kind of forgetting about Nasty's world. Anyway, now that we have all the treasure here, we enter the return home portal and see a different ending cutscene. Come on.
Spyro the Dragon, you've defeated Gnasty Gnorc, collected the dragon eggs, saved all the dragons, and recovered every bit of treasure in the Dragon Kingdom. How do you feel?
I feel fired up, Bob. And I'm happy for the dragon world, of course. I certainly wouldn't want to spend the rest of my dragon days butting heads with Gnasty Gnorc and his weird minions.
What's a minion?
Never mind. You know what they say. For every good battle, you need a good adversary. And I felt that Gnasty, in spite of his misguided nature, was a worthy opponent. Uh-oh. Here we go again.
Okay, so that sort of leads into a sequel hook, except, obviously, said sequel hook idea was never used. Mostly because better ones came along. So, yeah, we've just got finished with pretty much my favorite level in the game right now, and are seeing credits that are having slightly different levels chosen for their panoramic zooming things. Okay, some other news about my channel, I suppose, that I was planning to mention. Well, I've had it mentioned to me a few times that I probably should make some sort of list of the games that I do own so that people would have a better idea of what I would be able to do, which makes a lot of sense. The only reason I haven't made such a list is because, well, I don't have a Facebook page and don't really want to try making one because, you know, don't want personal information leaked on the internet and whatnot. And the other reason I haven't made such a list is because the only other way I could think of doing that would be to make a series of collection videos. You know, like me taking a camcorder or an iPhone camera and just filming myself thumbing through all my games and saying which ones they are. But I'm still trying to figure out how I want to go about doing that. It will come eventually, I guarantee that, but I just haven't figured it out yet. So that's why that hasn't happened so far. Oh, and there's the no sheep were harmed disclaimer again. Which means that the credits are over. Now, when they put you at returning home this time, come on, they put you back at the beginning of the game. Except everything's been cleared. So there's no need to stay in this file. But I'm not done yet. Remember when I said that there were a few codes I wanted to show off? Well, one of them requires a bit of a fresh file, so I took the liberty of going through the opening cinematics and whatnot to the earliest save point. Come on, load the game, load the game. Okay, the adventure continues, but not for much longer. Alright, start off with, you see I only have one dragon freed. Now, normally, that would mean if I were to go here and then try talking to the balloonist, I'd need to rescue 10 dragons. But what if I don't want to do that? Well, then I can pause the game, go to the inventory screen, and then press square, square, circle, left, right, circle, up, right, down. Now, if I visit the balloonist... What the... Okay, let me try that again. Maybe I was too close to him. Oh, I see. I have to get there by pressing select, not by start menu, then inventory. Okay. Select to go to the inventory. Then square, square, circle, left, right, circle, up, right, down. Now let me try. Oh, come on. I know this code is supposed to work. I've done it before on the PS2. Okay. Maybe I have to go a little further back so that I'm out of view. Okay. Select. Square. Square. Circle. Left. Right. Circle. Up. Right. Down. Now, let me try this again. Why isn't the code working? Maybe they got it wrong and I just did start. Okay. Square, square, circle, left, right, circle, up, right, down. Okay, I don't know why this isn't working. Maybe it has to do with the fact that it's on a PS3. I know this code works, though. Okay, so I guess I'll just move on to the next one. So, I'm going to now do a code to get 99 lives. Select to go to the inventory screen, then square 6 times, 4, 5, 6, circle up, circle left, circle right, circle start. Oh. Why did I do that again? I wasn't testing for that code. Okay. Yeah, that works for the lives, so why didn't it work for the... Okay, trying the level select code one more time. Select, square, square, circle, left, right, circle, up, right, down. Okay, this better work. Okay, whatever, I've given up trying to show that. If that was working here, then he would be giving me free access to all the worlds, including Nasty's. So that someone who knew the code and was able to actually make it work, unlike me right now for some reason, would be able to get to the Nasty's world immediately. Which would mean all he would have to do to get to the first credits would be completing Nork Cove and Twilight Harbor and beating. Alright, now for the last code, which is done from the main menu. I have to hold the L1 button, then press the triangle button. Come on. Yep, this is a little semi-hidden code for Crash Bandicoot Warped. Just a little demo of it. You only get to play one level. Now, I'm not actually going to go through the one level, I don't think. Because we've already reached the point where I can reasonably cut off the video, I think, and it's simply not worth it to show that, since I will eventually be LPing that game. I mean, I own it. But I still figured I had to show this code off. And at least show which level is being, you know, available for the demo. Okay. Get to the level, please. Come on. There we go. Alright, now this level you just is the one with the Coco on the motorbike, the first one. It functions just like the normal game completely, but you can only play that level. Yeah, so the level was Tell No Tales. Okay, so with this little vision of what the game, of what a future game will be, I will leave off with the end of the episode. Next time I'll be hopefully doing the game that Zebulon is loaning me, and okay, why is that going? I guess you have it paused long enough, it'll do that again. Wonder what happens if I press some buttons. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna reset the game so that I have something a little more, you know, like the game that I was actually LPing when I do the usual end of video shtick. And speaking of that, you're up, Anthony. It's Waluigi! Anyway, if you liked the video, then be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, and favorite using the buttons below so that I can become super popular! And him too. Thank you. Also, be sure to tell me what you want to see for the LP after the next one, because I've already decided what the next one will be. And I'll be sure to give that special consideration. Like I said before, I will eventually be recording a collection video to show you guys what all the games I own are. I just need to figure out a way to actually do that. So, until next time, this is ShadwSonic, signing out. Why the heck couldn't I get that level select code to work? I know that it works!